It's a light breeze.
1983, I don't know what 5 million would be worth then. In 1983, behind after the siren, I can dine out on every day. Doesn't matter where I go, I still get acknowledged. I'm not sure in 40 years' time whether anyone will remember that I was owner of perhaps the Quokka winner, but I'm going to plant something on the grandchildren's bedroom wall so that they know.
They've won the game. Noel Carter has won it by kicking a point after the siren. The final score, South Fremantle 18-20 have defeated East Fremantle 19.
If Rope Them In won the Quokka, I don't think I'll be able to pull off a Seth Campbell cartwheel. I'll be pretty pleased with myself, the whole team and the whole situation that's evolved over 4 or 5 years. I reckon I'll be right at my peak.
It's just so emotional, so raw. You dream of winning those races, and even the Quokka coming up, you dream of them, and when you don't realise how much it affects you until it actually does, and all that emotion builds up. You think you have it under control, but then it seeps out.
I'm apprehensive when I go to the track for a big race. At football, as the captain, at South in the 80s, I kept it together inside myself because I had the rest of the team. I had the thoughts of the rest of the team, so by the time I got round and settled, one particular player's nerves or got someone else up and running, I'd already settled. I had all these results, going in my head that we're going to do this, and it just didn't come off the cuff. You worked at it at training and you worked at it another place. With footy, you had 18 on the ground, I suppose. With horse racing, you've got one who's going to make the difference, but the other people all around have all had some input. I bred him along with my son and a couple of my brother and one of my son's mates. So we've had a fair bit to do with him. It's the journey and it's how it evolves, and that's quite pleasing. It's like having young kids and they're at football early and they develop. It's a bit like having a racehorse where they're young and and then they develop, and when you see the finished product, it's pretty satisfying.
It means everything. Seeing him from a little yearling when he first came after being through the sales and getting broken in and that, and then to what he is now is just an incredible ride to go through with him. See him mature and develop into the good horse he is.
The day that Steve went out to Mungarup or Willaview at the time, Steve said to me, he looked at all the yearlings, he said, this bloke's a cracker, and he has been a cracker. Well, he was $6,000 service fee, he sold for 60, he's won 960. I don't know about the maths, but the fun, you can't buy fun.
Reaches the lead, Divine Belief and Oxbridge on the inside, but Rope Them In too good. Rope Them In by a length over Divine Belief. Norwich ran third from Oxbridge.
Winning the Bluff Knoll was fulfilling.
Rope Them In, the winner, the formidable partnership of Sean McGruddy and Steve Wolfe. Do it again. Rope Them In, who's off to his next step, will be the Quokka, will be his next feature race he heads towards.
I especially had a little bit of a soft spot for Steve because it's the local race. It was a good result for all the team down there. They could all be there. And the funny thing about it, Steve and I bred the second horse as well in the Bluff Knoll.
Too classy, too strong, too good was Rope Them In first up this afternoon, taking out the Wellington and Reeves Bluff Knoll, catching up with winning trainer Steve Wolfe. It's been a massive day for Wolfie, and Steve, what a result.
Yeah, it's a wonderful result. I'm probably going to get a bit emotional, but beautiful ride.
Certainly was a beautiful ride. Did you expect him to be as close as he was in the running, given he was a little bit slow out of the barriers in that trial leading into his run today?
Oh, no, the jockey told me I had to sharpen him up a bit, so we got everything right. Wonderful ride. When he's on song, there's no better, and we're a great combination. But it's just so fulfilling as we go along the journey to have a horse like this, and now we just got to keep him on ice, and hopefully in the Quokka we can stretch over past his neck. I'd really like to thank young Rosie and Tamara and Joy, all my staff. Done a wonderful job keeping him together when I'm not there, and so we just go from there.
You got a great team supporting you down here, Wolfie. Congratulations once again on the win of Rope Them In. I'll let you go enjoy the win with the connections.
Thank you very much.
Buy good quality, get good people involved, and you get good results, and that's pretty much how it's worked for the last 30 plus years. I haven't counted the years, but it's been a while.
Winning a big one is always fantastic. I've got a great bunch of owners. They're all as happy as can be. We're going to fill this up with champagne hopefully shortly, but
the ownership team is a little bit different in as much as I don't think they drink a lot of water. I think there's plenty of good spirits partaken in whether we win, lose or draw. But racing in my life's important, but it can't take over some of the real family things. But it's there, it's always there, and it's a backstop if you need a little bit of a pickup. You read about someone's good story, or you read about someone's bad story, and you think, well, I'm not that bad off myself. They're the sort of lessons I get out of it, and it's good to see people come from behind and come out of the woodwork and whatever else. Not so much, the top hat and tails. That's not my style, but I like the boots, all the boots in. I think the Quokka concept and the Bluff Knoll concept are really good, and it brings a bit of fresh idea. It brings fresh competition, so that you don't go around against each other all the time. I'd like a few more of the locals to have a crack, and if it attracts the horses and the owners and the trainers and the people, then other people come on board. So it's good for the industry.
Yeah, he's got a good kick. He tries hard. He goes out there every meeting, and he's going to put 110% in. It's just he can't not. Yeah, he's definitely a quirky type. Everyone's got a little soft spot for him, but how can you not? He's a lovable, sweet horse, very kind-natured, but he's also got that little bit of quirk about him. He goes out in the paddock every day. He has his special paddock he goes into, and they're all quiet. And then when you bring him in, he just walks along, and then he'll get a little spook, and he goes up in the air and keeps you on your toes, and he means no harm by it, but he definitely loves his life, and he knows he's the king around the stable at the moment, and which he has every right to.
Being underestimated is a good thing. It's a good thing, and it gives you lots of room to move, and it's not regal room. It's good, solid room, and yeah, I think you can make a statement from being underestimated. I think the TAB worked it out pretty early that when they invited us into their slot that we're a live chance. So I wouldn't be treating us as mugs. I think we're a real live chance, and I'll be jumping forward.
And they are one happy bunch of people, and it's going to be a high time in the old town tonight down south of the bridge. Noel Carter holds a couple up, the crowd goes berserk, and a couple of little kids there not really knowing what's going on.
Well, John Noel Carter, his own team Richmond, won their premiership in Victoria today. Now he's won one here in Western Australia. What a great effort.